Hi all, I've tried about a dozen different in-game rogue builds on multiple build crafting sites, and I found three I think that are just incredibly fun and very easy to set up to get you going in-game, especially if you're not sure where to start or you just want an easy build to push content with. With these builds, you can get rolling into pushing the pit, bossing, and easily get into Tournament 3 and 4. I'm going to just quickly give you an overview of each of the builds, some essentials, to get you started right when you hit 60, but I'll have the full build linked in the description below for each of them for an in-depth guide that covers all the stuff you need to know better than I can from the original creators of the builds. By the end of this video though, you should have 3 builds to choose from that you can get rolling for whichever one interests you the most. The first build I've got for you guys is the Dance of Knives build. It is so fun. It's incredibly mobile, it's easy to play. You can actually use this build to level up all the way to 60 and then use at 60, and it does great for AoE. The rotation for the build is you're casting your Shadow Clone, Cold Imbuement, then Dance of Knives as your main source of damage. You'll use Smoke Grenade or Caltrops to proc close quarter damage for a huge damage increase, and then you can just use Shadow Step and Dash whenever you want to. The aspects I want to highlight for the build and I would recommend getting first are the aspect of the Star Shards that causes our Dance of Knives to shatter out, aspect of Stolen Vigor to increase our damage, making us unstoppable when hitting our momentum key passive, aspect of Apogeic Furor that increases our damage when we use our Shadow Clones and we will reset our cooldowns, and Umbrous aspect for defense to get a Dark Shroud Shadow with critical strikes. Wandering Death's Chest Beam as your main boss power is awesome, but you could also use Hatred's Embrace Haste if you don't have the Wandering Chest Beam yet, and it really speeds up your clear. The only really downsides I have for this build in-game, the damage falls off when you start to push up into higher content. I was definitely noticing it in like Torment 3 and a little bit in Torment 4 for sure. And it's not the best at bossing, but for speed farming, clearing, hell tides, anything like that, it does so well. Next build I have for you guys is the Flurry build. It feels absolutely amazing. Of the 12 builds I tried, this is probably my favorite with just how it felt. I love the Flurry skill. It's very in-your-face, melee-oriented. The sound just feels amazing. Still highly mobile. It's really good at clearing, like AoE clear. And it's pretty good at bossing. Not quite as good as the last build I'm going to mention, but it's incredibly fun. How the build works is you're dashing in, you're casting Caltrops, then Shadow Clone, then you're spamming Flurry until stuff basically wipes off your screen. For elites, bosses, or something that doesn't die quite as quickly when you start to push into higher torments, drop your Smoke Grenade on them for a huge damage increase, and then you're just rinsing and repeating. The essential aspects to start you off are Encircling Blades, which causes Flurry to damage in a circle around you. This is super essential, and you need to have this for this build to kind of flow. And then Mired Sharpshooter's aspect to make Caltrops a marksman skill, which activates close quarters combat, which is super important for this. And then again, Apogeic Furor to increase ultimate damage and reset our cooldowns, and Umbrous aspect for survivability. Our main boss power we're going to be using is Blackmailer Sabotage to CC enemies constantly, but you could also use Beast and the Ice Fleet if you'd prefer. The only downsides I think I have for this build from playing it is you've got to be in melee, and then it's not the best for bossing. I think it's still better than our Dance of Knives build, and I think you can push it even higher into Torments and Pits with this build, but overall it's a really solid build and my favorite that I've tried of all of them. The last build I have for you guys, and you've probably heard of it if you've been following any Diablo 4 content specifically for Rogue, it's so good. It's the overpowered Death Trap build. It excels at literally everything in the game. It is one of the best builds between all of the classes in the entire game. Fantastic for speed farming, for clearing and bossing, pit pushing, whatever you want it to do, it does it very, very well at. The rotation consists of using Shadow Imbuement with your dash to start us off, using Caltrop, Smoke Grenade, and Concealment, and then destroy everything with Death Trap. It hits so unbelievably hard, and the more gear you get, aspects and everything when you follow the build, it just gets stronger and stronger. We're getting Death Trap back basically instantly with this build. It feels very satisfying to see everything just wipe off of the screen in huge crit numbers. The essential parts to this build to get yourself going is the Eyes in the Dark unique, which buffs Death Trap damage by a ton and can rearm itself. This is just so good. Honestly, just get this unique and you'll be doing pretty well for a majority of the contest, specifically pushing up, Torment 1, 2, and then into 3. That's just super big. Get Beast Fall boots when you can, and Apogeic Fury and Galvanized Slasher's aspect early on for energy help. The main boss power to use for this is Beast in the Ice's Sleet, or you could also use Uravar's Lobbed Bombs. There's hardly any downsides. Honestly, I can't think of any. It's great, again, like I said, for clearing, pit pushing, bossing. It's one of the best builds in the game, and I think it's just 100% the best rogue build in the game at the moment. So if you're just looking for something kind of mindless, something really OP, this is the build for you. If you want something a little bit niche or not as popular maybe, or you want something new, then Flurry and Dance of Knives are incredibly fun and great options too. But you will see that you can probably push way higher with Death Trap than anything else at the moment. Thank you guys so much for watching. Keep an eye out for more content coming out here soon. Have a good day.